If your toddler never seems to listen, I want to start by saying this first. You are not crazy and you are not failing either. I know how frustrating it feels when you've asked nicely, repeated yourself multiple times, and still nothing happens. I've had these moments too. Moments where I'm thinking they hear me, they understand my words, so why are they acting like I'm invisible? And if I'm honest, sometimes that frustration would turn into yelling, then guilt, then questioning myself, but learning what was actually happening changed everything for me. The biggest shift was understanding this. A lot of the time, toddlers are not refusing in the way that we think they are. They are struggling with skills that they do not fully have yet. That's a very different lens. Because when we think they won't listen, we respond one way. But when we think they need help with listening skills, we respond a completely different way. Toddlers are in a stage of a rapid brain development, but many important skills are still immature. Things like impulse control, emotional regulation, switching attention, delaying gratification, handling frustration, and following multi-step directions under stress, those are all big skills. And we often expect them in moments where even adults struggle. Think about it. If you're deeply focused, overwhelmed, overstimulated, or upset, do you always respond calmly? Probably not. Toddlers are dealing with these states with far fewer tools. That's why a child can seem like they're ignoring you when playing. They may be locked into attention. That's why a child can seem like they are not listening when they are given several instructions. They may simply not be able to hold all of that in their mind. This doesn't mean that there should be no boundaries. It just means that boundaries should work better when we understand development. One mistake I had to stop making was talking from across the room. I'd say something while doing something else, expecting it to land. But attention comes before the instruction. What I do now is I pause, I go close, I get to their level, I say their name, and I make sure that I actually have their full attention first. That alone can change so much. Another mistake that I was making is using too many words. When we're stressed, we often talk more, but toddlers usually need less language, not more. So instead of saying, "Can you please clean up your toys because we're leaving soon?" try saying, "Toys away." Clear, short, and actionable. Another thing that helped me was giving one step at a time. Not shoes on, grab your cup, come here, let's go. Just shoes on, and then you give the next step. That reduces overwhelm and increases success. And this was a major shift for me. I stopped relying on repeating myself. Repeating yourself can become background noise to them. Instead of saying it 10 times, I started calmly following through. If it was time to leave, I moved closer. I helped transition. I guided the first step. Because children learn from consistent actions, not from endless words. I also had to adjust my expectations. Listening is not one skill that appears overnight. It's built over hundreds of moments. Moments where they are guided, moments where they practice, moments where they stay steady, moments where they just don't get it right. That matters. And I really want to say this part clearly. If your toddler struggles to listen, it does not automatically mean that they are disrespectful, or it does not automatically mean that you are doing a bad job. It often means that you are in a normal developmental stage and requires repetition, calm leadership, and time. So if you're in this season 2 right now, just take a deep breath and remember that your job is not to force perfection. Your job is to just teach them the skill over time. And that shift made parenting feel so much lighter for me. If this helped you, I'll keep sharing what I'm learning throughout the toddler stage.